Hi, I'm Chip Rowan with your Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and you are watching In the Know. For this episode, I am joined by Judy Keller. Hello, Judy.
Hi, Chip.
It's good to have Judy here. And Judy is actually the chair of the Connellsville Area Veterans Memorial Honor Roll. That's a big, long name, but they've been working on an honor roll, which is actually right outside the Armstrong office here for a number of years. And first, thank you for your work with that, Judy. I know that you've been working hard to do that.
Well, thank you, and thank you for the invitation to join you today for this interview. We appreciate it, and I'm just one member of a committee, and they obviously need to be recognized as well.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the work of you and the whole committee. So it's been a long process. It's been a long time coming, but you're finally at a point where you're going to have a dedication ceremony for the honor roll. So you want to talk about when and where that's going to happen, please?
Yes, we have planned an indoor formal dedication for Saturday, May the 17th, at the Connellsville Area Middle School Auditorium on Locust Street Extension. And the doors will open at 6:30 p.m., and the program will begin at 7.
Great. That's the old junior high school, if you're here from a while back, but it's actually 10 Locust Street Extension, as you mentioned. What is the format of the program going to be, Judy?
Well, we hope it's going to be a very patriotic and dignified ceremony. We're going to have a couple of very patriotic songs performed by very talented local vocalists. And we're also going to have a PowerPoint presentation where all 276 men's names will be on individual slides in the program. And of those 276 names, we have their date of death, the date of their supreme sacrifice, in many cases where they were killed in combat, and also where they were laid to rest. And of the 276 names, we were able to secure 143 individual photographs.
That's a large percentage. Very good. I'm sure that task wasn't easy.
No, and we're starting with the Civil War.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you can imagine photos from
Cameras weren't real
60s were not very readily available. In fact, it's noteworthy of the men from the Civil War in this area that perished. 5 of them were killed on the very first day of the Battle of Gettysburg, July 1st, 1863.
Okay. If you will, talk a little bit about the journey. It has been a journey. The last time we talked here on Armstrong, you just decided on the location, which, as I mentioned, was right across from our office. We weren't even here then, so that a lot has happened since that time. But talk a little bit about the journey for the honor roll.
Well, first of all, we needed to determine where we were going to put the honor roll, and we decided as a committee that we wanted it to be, number one, visible. We wanted it to be accessible, and we wanted it to be on the parade route. So the location is just, you might say, an extension of the existing war memorial that was erected, I think, in about 1956 or 57 after our sesquicentennial celebration here in Connellsville. And the annual Memorial Day parades conclude at this site, and then every 3 years, Connellsville plays host to the Fayette County Veterans Day Parade, which then also concludes at this site. So finding a location and making that determination was first. And then we decided that we would include people from what are now the current boundaries of the Connellsville Area School District. So that includes Connellsville High School from way back when, and then the former Immaculate Conception High School here in town, and then the Dunbar Township High School, which is now, again, Dunbar Township merged with Connellsville to form the Connellsville Area School District in 1966. So we decided to just not have just men from the city of Connellsville, but from the Connellsville Area School District current boundaries.
So who is honored on this honor roll? So how was that defined?
Well, again, we decided to start taking small steps and including men who perished during combat, killed in action. And on the honor roll, their names will have a star or an asterisk in front of their name, and then to the right of their name is their date that their sacrifice was made. And also, we decided that the Veterans Administration recognizes veterans who did die while wearing the uniform of the United States military during time of war. So those men's names do not have a star in front of them, but they are considered non-combat deaths, and they are entitled to all of the benefits from the Veterans Administration. So in World War II, for example, we have about 150 men's names just in that one section under World War II. But out of the 150, there were about 15 of them that died from non-combat causes. And many of them were learning to fly airplanes in this country in preparation to be sent overseas into combat. But in the training mission, they were killed. And so they are considered a casualty of war.
And so there's a total of 276 names?
Yes.
Yeah. And how many different granite slabs are there to make up all those?
There's 4 slabs, and they are engraved on both sides. They stand 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide, and I believe 8 inches thick. And then each wartime period has its own category. So we have the Civil War separate, and those men's names are in alphabetical order. Then we go to the Spanish-American War, where we have one individual, the War of 1898, as some people refer to it. Then World War I, those men are separate, and again in alphabetical order. World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Middle East conflicts.
Wow. Okay. Part of this process was raising the money that you needed to do that, and the community, I understand, was very generous.
Oh, well, Connellsville's a very patriotic town, as we all know, and the community was extremely generous and supportive, and this couldn't have been done without the community's support, and we are so very grateful for everyone's generosity, and it's just so heartwarming and just wonderful.
In addition to the donors, you also had some companies that were a big help to you too, and
Oh yeah.
provided services.
Oh yes, individuals and families and businesses donated money, but we also had labor donated. J Masonry donated and has been donating all the labor for the concrete work. Ron Rulai, electrician, has donated all the labor for the underground conduit and all the wiring that has been installed and all the light fixtures that have been installed. Bailey Machine, Joe Bailey from Connellsville, they manufactured, if you will, brackets for the low-profile LED lights that shine up on all 8 sides of the 4 tablets, so the men's names are illuminated at night. And then also Home Proud Development brought in their high lifts so we could install the bronze flame on top of the existing war memorial. So all those labor efforts were donated, and we're very appreciative.
It looks beautiful at night. It looks very nice during the daytime too, but at night it's really striking with the lighting and things. So.
Well, and I also might add, as we all know here locally, we've had a very rainy spring so far, so there are some finishing touches that need to be done. There's some more concrete that will be installed, hopefully maybe this week if we get some rain-free days. And then the concrete has to be sealed. And then there's a battlefield cross that is going to be installed between the 2 flagpoles. So there is some finishing touches, and we are hoping and expecting that that will be done prior to the May 17th dedication ceremony.
So if you would, just that May 17th, what time was that event again?
Again, it's Saturday, May 17th at the Connellsville Area Middle School Auditorium, Locust Street Extension, and the doors open at 6:30, and the program begins at 7.
No reservations are needed.
No, no.
And there's no admission charge.
No,
Yeah.
no. Everyone is welcome. There's a beautiful auditorium with plenty of seats. I think probably close to 1,000 seats are available.
And your decision to have it inside was so that you could actually not have to worry about the weather and be able to have the ceremony with the PowerPoint presentation
Right.
and all that. So.
Well, and again, the weather is obviously a variable, and we hope to have a nice turnout. And there are people in this community who are descendants, family members of the men who are being honored, and obviously they are all being invited. And, we didn't want them to have to try to stand for a ceremony, and again, the weather is always a variable.
Well, again, Judy, thank you for your work and the committee that worked along with you. Appreciate you putting this honor roll together.
Thank you very much. And again, thank you to the community for their generosity, and thank you to Armstrong. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. And now, you're in the know.